Want to represent the Geocache Talk network while you're out caching? Head over to artedcrafted.com and grab your official GTN shirts. Authentic apparel by geocachers for geocachers. They're comfortable, great looking, and perfect for events, trails, or your next big find. And the best part? Every purchase off our link helps support the Geocache Talk network and everything we do. Check them out now at artedcrafted.com.
Big thanks to our new patron, it was a returning patron, Finlay and his drudge. And our featured patrons tonight are the states, provinces, countries, parishes that start with the letter S, as in Sam. And they are Scott, Matthew, and Michael. So thank you to them and to all our patrons for keeping this show and all of the shows on our network on the air. And we have a great show lined up for tonight. Let's bring in the crew. There they all are. Woo-hoo. And our guest for tonight, Daniel Truckenmiller. Thank you, my friend, for being on.
Thank you.
Datruck.
Yeah. I can't imagine how you got your geocaching name.
Yeah, it's kind of...
How did you make up? That's like me. It's like G-Slink was like, yeah, okay. That's not great.
I just got to say, Gary, Datruck is a little cooler than G-Slink. Sorry.
I am going to say, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You know me. I like to be honest and open.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live skit.
You need to add that extra A in there, Gary. Then it's Gas Link. At least says something.
Yeah. And at the beginning too, when I would be on geocaching podcast or thing, they would always say GS Link. And it's like, no, it's not GS Link.
I mean, I could see that though.
Yeah, I can too. I never say
we could do a whole show just one time, just reading out funny cache names for an hour.
Oh yeah. That'd be a funny video.
I mean, maybe it could be GSL Inc. and you could be really into tats. Maybe, I don't know.
That's true. Head on over to GSL Inc. for your latest products. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So amateur geocaching name origins. I don't know how exciting that kind of show would be, but I guess it could be fun.
I don't know that it would make a good show. However, it's always entertaining, and I always ask that from people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, especially like you said, when you find one you're like, wait, what? EJK PBR, that kind of thing. You're like, what? Yeah. Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Well, you see some and you're like, I see some and I'm just like, man, why did they get that first? That is the awesomest thing. Like, I'm going to buy that from them.
Yours is great.
It's like when people ask me, I'm like, most people don't know. My first name is actually my middle name is Pizza, and my last name is Ninja. So
yeah, I know. You should have
You just pulled back the curtain, John. You're not supposed to say that.
Oh, okay.
John's his fake name. That's his stage name.
Right.
I do go by fake names.
We can't talk about this. This is a family-friendly show, though. We can't talk about your stage name. So.
There are a lot of great ones out there. I mean, come on, Angel Bandit. What a great name.
That is cool.
Awesome. Seabeck Tribe. I mean, it's got a good ring to it.
That's an awesome name.
Sorry, there's some that are just. I mean, this is kind of lame. Don't you think, Darwin? We love you, buddy. I'm just playing with you. All right, we got so much to cover. Let's jump right into the Twig. I need to get a little video for Twig. It'd be kind of fun. I'll work on that. All right. Jesse's like, no.
We've got videos. We're good.
We got videos? Okay. All right. I'll especially do it now that you said that. No.
Yeah, I knew you would.
I knew you would.
I'm going to guess you're going to put an AI song to it, too.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
Gary, you thought about that before you even opened your mouth on that one, man.
Yeah.
We know it.
He probably already has the song ready to queued up. He just wait.
Yeah. The Twig. Okay. That was the Twig song. Okay. He's like, no. All right. Quick couple things. Quick notes. I want to let people know a couple things during Twig that's not really this week in geocaching, but kind of is, maybe, sort of, maybe. I don't know. We have obviously a couple products we've been featuring. Save the Girls. We're working on that. I think it's really cool. We met with them again this week, and I do think it's very cool that a pretty major corporation is willing to work with us in putting trackables on products. And I think that's really cool. I don't know if you could call up REI and go, hey, can you throw this trackable on a product and sell it to me? Like, no, but when you get it, you can slap whatever you want on it. Like, no, we kind of wanted it from the manufacturing side of things. And like, nah, we can't do that for just, And they're like, sure, we can do that. They will do, and we're working out the details on it. So, stay with me on this. But if you have a trackable code that you love, that's like yours, that you want, you put everything on, that kind of thing, they're willing to put that trackable code on your new purchase. Or if you just want to buy a product and put a unactivated trackable code, we don't care what it is, just put a trackable code on it and I'll activate it when I get it. They can do that as well. So really looking forward to that. They give 10% of everything they make goes to breast cancer research. They've raised over $210,000 of their money, given to research. From the men's side of things, because I know a lot of men are like, you can come back into the listening part of it. Come on back, men. So they have a link that for Save the Jewels, which is for prostate cancer research. And this is the exciting part. If you have an idea that would be for either unisex or men, something that's sort of maybe less of a purse, or if we've talked about in our team about wallets or fanny packs or stuff that guys would use or wear. We're going to work with them and try to get some products out there that would be cool for guys to have. So I don't know, belt. I don't know. That's why I'm asking the community. Send us an email, geocachetalk@gmail.com, and let's get them some ideas to benefit that portion of their business. So looking forward to all that. Is great. Let's see. My other one. Oh, patron expansion, something that Jesse and I talked about a while back. We're going to expand on that. We do have more announcements coming about expansions of things for our patrons to be involved with us and them. So stay tuned for that. We appreciate all our patrons. We've had such a great team of patrons, such a great steady glue for this show and all our shows by our patrons. They have been amazing, and we want to provide some more for them this year. So stay with us. We're still in the process. Hang with us on that. So
we have some ideas anyway. We don't know if they're going to be any good, but we're going to try.
We're going to try. Mm-hmm. And as Jesse can tell you the story about Geocache Talk. What did we call it originally? Geocache Talk University?
Yeah, we tried that. That didn't work. But, ultimately, that did end up being something. We recycled that to Cache Fest eventually. Because eventually,
exactly,
that's what Cache Fest ended up being, right?
Yeah.
We had Geocache Talk After Dark. That didn't go anywhere.
No.
That was patron-only show we did for a little while. And we thought it'd be funny, but it was kind of off-brand for us, so it didn't really work out that well. But we've tried a few things over the years that didn't work. We had a short run of a book club, which worked great, but it was such a small group, it wouldn't really open. There wasn't a lot of patrons. So we're going to try to find some fun stuff that we can do behind the scenes. Not everything can be in the public eye, right? But behind the scenes to see if we can do some fun stuff. And if it doesn't work, we'll move on and try something else.
Yeah. We did deep dive for a while. That was
some
fun.
Ideas of some fun stuff we'll see. So
I thought deep dive was fun too for the
deep dive was fun for a little while. Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Okay. So on to you guys, and then Daniel can tell us a little bit of his twig as well. But go ahead. One of y'all.
You want to go first, John, or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go first. So guys, I'm still working on my CETO. So for those that don't know, Jesse challenged me to host 3 CETOs this year. So I have my first CETO coming up on April 25th. Celebrate Trails Day on that one. So I'm excited. And Celebrate Trails Day, that actually is a national event with the Rails to Trails Conservancy. So I was pretty happy when they actually sent me some pretty sweet non-alcoholic beer for the Cito event on that one. And I actually had a few people say like, Cito with beer, with non-alcoholic beer, this sounds fun. So yeah, so that's going to be a really good time. And if anybody wants to come to beautiful Western New York on that one, that would be a perfect day, I'm sure, on that one. But I'm going to talk about fines. And when I talk about fines, guys, I hate to talk about this, but I'm going to. Like, I don't know if you ever think of like baseball players come up to bat 4 times in a game. Maybe they get like 2 hits and they go 2 for 4. But yeah, it was not a fun time the other day, guys. I'm going to be honest on this one. I went looking for 6 caches and I had 3 DNFs.
We have all been there, my friend.
Yeah, I know, but it was like one of those days when you start out when 2 of them are DNFs right off the bat. You're just like, man,
it does. It hits your heart. It really does.
Yeah.
Now, were they gone or could you not find them?
Well, okay, here's the thing, and maybe why I shouldn't have started with this one, but I wanted to. It was a cache hidden in 2006. Hadn't been found in 4 years on this one. Everybody was like, hey, this is a tricky one. This is a sneaky one. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for it, you know? And it was one of those where you go into the woods and you get to the spot where it's saying it's ground zero.
Right.
And then it's like, nope. And then you go over to the spot where it says it's ground zero next, and it's like, nope. And then you go to the next spot where you think it's ground zero again, and it goes, nope. So you kind of go into this big circle, like going around.
Oh my.
And you spend like probably like, I don't know, like they were probably buried in snow. Struck to, it very well could have been, on that one. But yeah, I had to admit defeat on that one, guys.
Now, did you put a watch on it? Are you watching to see if anybody else finds it? Okay.
Well, okay, here's what I did, guys. I posted my DNF log. For one, being a responsible cacher, I should post a DNF. Number 2, what I did, I posted a DNF photo. And I don't know about you guys, but I think people should post DNF photos that shows that facial reaction of like that disappointment and sadness when they can't find it.
The tears.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get a frowny face on your map, you should create a frowny photo and post it, is what I'm saying.
Like the big anguish, like some of the people when a particular person, I'm not saying who, but like whichever it was, wins an election and the other people do this crazy,
Yeah,
we could do like something video like that. Okay.
And Flowers asks, is it still active? And yeah, it is, right? So I did that. I posted it. It's on my watch list. Yeah, DNF photo. Yeah, Don. I believe everybody should do one, but I couldn't find it. So I'm bummed. I feel like my geocaching ego is bruised. Happened to you today, Mr. Forhamricks? Yeah, isn't that top 3 DNFs?
3 DNFs, gave up and went to an event. And at least the event was a DNF. Now, if you DNF an event, we kind of need to have a talk.
I have DNF'd an event, first of all.
You DNF'd an event.
Happens. You can get the date wrong.
Oh.
Are y'all hearing interference?
Yeah.
Like background noise?
Yeah, you had a little bit going on.
Oh, it's Daniel's the culprit.
Oh, Daniel. So Daniel's
it's rain. It must be raining. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Rain.
So I've tried to go to an event before, and we were driving all the way to it, and it was not until the next day. I don't know why. Maybe I thought the date was wrong. I don't remember what happened at the time, but I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, get there, nobody's there." Of course, Christy pulls it up. And she's like, "Yeah, it's not today." Like,
yeah.
But it seemed logical that it was that day, and it wasn't. It was the next day.
That's rough, man.
That's rough. I guess I DNF'd an event. I did put a log on there though. It said I was here, nobody was here. Why weren't y'all here a day early?
That's awesome.
I thought it was funny.
We almost DNF'd a Jasmer one, Jesse and I.
Ooh.
No, I DNF'd my own event one time.
No way. Oh,
yeah,
you're sick?
I've told the story before, but I was stuck in Detroit when I was supposed to be in Seattle.
Oh, that's right. You're Idaho.
Straight up DNF my own event.
It was in Idaho, right?
Man.
You couldn't get there?
No, this was actually, I was trying to get to Idaho, but this was actually one in Seattle. It was at the
right. Okay, yeah. That was
awesome.
Yeah, that was a trip. Okay.
Yeah.
I checked with the owner. He said go ahead and claim it anyway, so it was no big deal.
Okay.
Oh God. Yeah. But guys, I did have some kind of little bit of sunshine yesterday. I'll admit this. Okay. I did get 3 fines yesterday. So get this, guys. I'm pretty happy about this. So towards my quad Jasmer, okay, I am almost 140 months away from my quad Jasmer.
140 months. That's how many
Yeah,
years?
140 months.
Does that include all of them though, like the New Year's, or is that just?
That includes all. So that includes
okay.
all months. That includes like everything. So, for somebody who's working on that and chipping away, I'm pretty happy with being almost 140 months away.
You started off like with not very many at all when we started talking about this.
Yeah.
You weren't even close, and you've really chipped a lot of them away.
Yeah, I mean, after that thorough Jasmer shaming that you gave me on that one, I was like, I guess I got to like put a little bit more effort forward.
There you go.
I'm not going to make Gary. Are you going to make it? To be done when we get there?
I've got a path to completion. I need caches in Idaho, Oregon, and Washington.
I need Oregon,
Utah, Idaho, Washington, and Oregon, and I've got a plan in place to do all 4 of those.
Nice.
Yeah, I won't make it, but I'll get it when I get back. I've got to go to Oregon and Alabama's easy. I can drive to Alabama from my house. We can drive anywhere.
Yeah, the Seattle ones the Oregon ones are probably
the
tough.
Oregon ones. Then there's 2 in Oregon, and they're kind of close together, so I can fly out and get them. But I just don't think I'm going to have time nor funds to do it before we go.
Yeah. The good part though is
expensive. So
the good part though is you kick out Stockholm, Sweden, dude. Quad Jasmer is so much easier after that.
And I think what I'll do too is if I go there and get that one, I don't finish this one, I'll do an event at my final one.
That's
finishing the quad.
That's a great idea.
Probably jump over and go to Idaho and get that 50th state at some point, but that leaves me something to do in the future. So
yeah. Absolutely. And guys, I just wanted to talk about one hide to close out my
go for it.
My twig. So I'm working on my worldwide cache hide, Operation Gamer Hide. And I think I mentioned on this one, this is like a group of people helping me out with this. So it's really cool this weekend because I got a video from Geo Elmo 6000 that's going to be part of it. So people know all those GIF films that Geo Elmo's done that have turned out great. He's a part of it. Hailmeister's part of it. Gary's part of it. Emily's part of it. Retired Guy's a big part of it on this one. And I just need like 2 videos from folks, and then like I'm gonna pull this one together from Operation Gamer. I'm not gonna say who I'm waiting for a video on. But yeah, then I can hide this pretty awesome cache, so I'm pretty excited about that one.
I loved my portion of that. I'm so glad you let me do that because it got a chance for me to talk about my favorite food, and I'll let people can guess later, but we're busy. So all right, let's move on. It's bacon. It's bacon. In case you wondered, bacon's the answer to the question.
Yeah. Bacon's always that's a food enhancer. It's just
bacon
it's a cheat
the
code.
Answer. It's sort of like the answer to everything.
It makes everything better. So I'm still waiting. So I have not published number 499 or 500 yet. It's been 8 days since I last resubmitted my Earth Cache in Aruba, so hopefully I'll hear something kind of soon, maybe, on what I need to change again. I've got a big, huge write-up. It's in 2 languages.
What'd you do wrong? What'd you do wrong?
Diagrams, original diagrams. I've got images. I got everything laid out. This is more work than I've ever done for one, but the sense of accomplishment I'm going to have when I finally get it done is going to make me very happy. So
that's true.
I'm not giving up on it. If we have to go back and forth for the next year, I'm going to get it. So that'll be my that's how I play geocaching, is that once a week I submit an Earth Cache update to try to get this thing published. So once I get that one published, then I can publish my 500th one, which is still that challenge that I've got ready. I've even had to make sure that they don't take away my page and my challenge checker and everything else because it's been so long now.
Right.
But it's almost there, and it's going to be a large. It's going to be a big, Lowe's, the blue bucket, and I have the white question mark on it, for the puzzle symbol. So it'll be a big one. I even ordered I've got the pins that are this big, and then a notebook. Cool. So everything is oversized in it, so it's a true large or whatever.
Oh, cool.
But I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on it to come out. So I haven't decided yet because it's been so long. I've changed my mind 10 times. whether I'm going to fill it with 35 millimeter canisters and make it a frustration one or not. So I've got the stuff to go either way. I just don't know which direction I'm going to go with it. You know, I don't know how much I want people to hate me, so we'll see. A little bit of hate or a lot of hate. I'm not sure. And it's in like a park, like a nature preserve too, so you get a hike to it. So you can really earn this one.
Sometimes we need those.
And it's for attending 500 events. So several people around here have done it because there's tons of events in Florida, but so it's not that hard. Some places it'd be harder, right? But but besides that, so that's happened for the last month that I've used that update. Besides that, today was Christy and my daughters were out of town. They were in South Carolina, and I was home watching the puppy in the house. Right. So I went out for another Earth Cache day. Still did not sign a log. Still have not signed a log other than one day this year.
Finding
Everything
caches
else has been virtual.
Right. Finding caches.
I got 10 more Earth caches today. Now my rate of Earth caches per hour caching is pretty low because like there was a 2-hour drive to where I went and a 2-hour drive home. So 4 of the hours were just driving. And then I was there for several hours. And I got 10 total. Now a couple of them were the old ones, like, you know, read the sign things. But the other 8 were all hikes. So it was great.
Wow.
Right.
I enjoyed it. Saw a bunch of wildlife, gators and birds and all kinds of stuff. And so it was fun. And I got several more. So I'm stacking up the thing. I haven't forgot about Earth Cache Bingo, but I'm not even looking at the stats now because you can't get it until Earth Cache Day anyway. So I'm just gonna stack them up for now and then see what I've got at the end. Yeah, I was going through like every time I got one, I was going through what is this square? Does this match? Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, I got to back off of that a little bit. So, but I was tempted to because there was a cache really close to where I was, and I was like, should I get this and break my streak of not signing logs? And I didn't do it. So I kept going. I did not sign it. I still haven't signed a log except for one day this year. So I'm hoping to make it all the way to the cruise. Because obviously on the cruise, all bets are off. I mean, that's silly.
Yeah,
you know what though, Jesse? If on the cruise we go to find the match stash and it's been muggled, you jinxed us. You jinxed us.
I won't make it to that because I'm going to try to get it. You know, we're getting a little bit early, so I'm going to be as soon as we get there. I'm cashing. So
you know, from what I understand, there's a really good reverse Warigo in Amsterdam.
Well, that's obviously not possible. So it can't be a good one.
Can't be a good one.
I think have y'all pulled up? I don't want to get sideways, but have y'all pulled up the cache map over there?
Yeah.
It is filled. Like I feel like you can see one cache from another cache. Like there's so many caches there.
Every port.
It seems like their density is lower. Like they have a lower density rule because it's just everywhere.
Yes, every port has like, a couple thousand. I don't know. Maybe we should lower. Maybe we should pick the good ones and. Well, they're all good. So, they all in favorite points. God, talk about giving out favorite points.
Yeah, which, by the way, I am just sinking. My favorite point total right now is just going way down because it's a hike.
Good for you.
I've given a favorite point to most of the caches I found this year. Now, I haven't found that many, but I'm gonna have to go out one day after the cache cruise is over. I'm gonna go out and just go on a run one day just to get a bunch of favorite points back again. So I can start giving them out again. And I know y'all say I've got tons left over, but I usually have a lot, and now it's dropping. So
like how many are you down to right now? Is it still like in the
really
3 digits?
That's not the point. No. That's not the point. Let's just move on past that. But the point is, it's lower than it used to be.
Oh, okay.
It's less than 400.
Oh, it's less than 400. Okay.
But out of 1,200 favorite points that I've earned. I'm down to under 4. So I've given away over 800 favorite points.
So that's
actually a good amount.
Geocaching career, you've earned 1,200 favorite points, and you've only given less than 400 away.
No, I've given away 800. I only have 400
800.
left.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's for another show.
Look, I'll use my favorite points how I want to use my favorite points.
Okay.
Gary's just handing them out like Oprah.
I do. That's me. I'm always out. I'm like, what the heck? Why can't I give a favorite point? Oh, I got none.
Same here. I'm like that was a good cache description. There was no typos. Favorite point.
Yeah.
You get a favorite point. You get a favorite point. You get a favorite point.
To defend, not to get off topic, defend myself a little bit. For many, many years, and I haven't done it in the last couple of years, once a year I'd go out on a big run. We go on a big power run. None of those were worthy of favorite points. They were just getting a big, huge GeoArt or whatever. You know what I mean? So I racked up the favorite points on those. I'm not giving them out to everything. They got to be, still got to be decent. So
you and Barry found lots of great caches. You should have been giving them out like water when you guys went on your trips.
I did when we were on the trips for good ones, but we went on the numbers trips. You're just finding caches everywhere.
Okay.
And then county runs. You know when you do county runs, you're getting the crappiest cache that's the closest to the border. You're not going for the one deep inside the county. You're going,
right.
Oh, here's an LPC. Is it on the other side of the line? Got it. Okay, now move on. You know?
Let's keep on.
That sounds like a wonderful series of caches. Crappiest caches just across the board.
That's right. That should be caches. This isn't a Sprite bottle. This is the receipt from buying a Sprite. It's in the Sprite bottle. You didn't even get all rid of the Sprite. That's a real cache.
There is.
Anyway.
Okay.
Back to my twig. You interrupted my twig. Of course,
yes, sorry.
I got my caches. I'm still on my streak. And I'm still waiting on my hides. So that's the summarization of all mine real quick.
Yeah.
But it was a very enjoyable, like I wasn't in a hurry. I spent several hours just getting 10 caches, which some years I would be like, that's terrible. But this year I'm really enjoying that. Slowing down, writing fun logs, and interacting with the cache owner. Because usually when you write a good, nice log, a lot of times the cache owner will be like, oh, thanks for the log and stuff. And you're like, oh, man, thank you. You know. So that's kind of a fun, different part of it. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to make it all the way to the cruise without signing another log, but we'll see what happens.
All right, we ready for Daniel? You've been patient.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Oh.
Enjoying.
There we go.
Enjoying. Yes. So
everything just disappeared for a second. Like
we're all we got so much to cover. I'm
not all thumbs.
You're not all thumbs. Yes. Did you want you're if people don't know, you are 9.5 digits now.
Yeah.
You should have said 9 3/4. That'd have been way cooler.
9 3/4. Yeah. But you survived it. You survived your accident, and you're healing up, right?
I'm healing. Everything's coming along good. That's
severely
cut into geocaching. I haven't been out much recently. Just there's not a lot in my area to go out right now. So, but there's been some nice ones popping up around that I just haven't had the time to go chase them down or take an afternoon and go. But I'm looking forward to get back out. Of course, the weather's finally getting nicer, and this is usually the time I do my long hikes. Pre-snake season.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
there's only 3 kinds of snakes I don't like. That's a live one, a dead one, and a stick that looks like one.
That's right.
So, but other than that, it's pretty good. I enjoy. I'm trying to convert a friend who's never heard of geocaching, and so I've been doing a lot of geo evangelism, talking to doctors and nurses. Like, hey, have you ever heard of geocaching?
Yeah.
Funny.
Do you want to? It's up to you. We didn't plan this. Do you want to tell the Reader's Digest version of whatever?
I can go pretty quick. Some of you who don't know, or many of you do know, I'm a farmer. So I farm and I work a full-time job. I was snow season. I put a big scraper blade on the back of my tractor to keep the snow out of the driveway, and I was taking it off so I could use the tractor for something else. And it was on my new tractor, so it had a 3-point hitch adjuster on the side that I'm not used to having on the back. And of course, I have an old piece of equipment, so the original stand for the scraper blade doesn't exist. I use a 12 by 12 by like 2 foot long block of wood underneath of it. Well, I reached up to lower the 3-point hitch, and my hand must have wandered when I reached, and I dropped the 600-pound plus scraper blade on my thumb. And I can show pictures.
No, do that.
This is what it looks like now. So, in comparison, it's it was pretty good. I was lucky. I live in an
credit
area
to you though. Credit to you though. You were a true man. You didn't start screaming or anything like that. You just got focused.
No one's home to
called
tell.
the wife, told her what's, And
I could be as,
I've got
I
a
could be
little
as
bit of a
tough as I
problem.
want. Nobody was there to just dispute my version. But no, it's really
Yeah, because
honestly,
you were by yourself, so it's a different thing. Yeah,
I did not go as a matter of fact, when I was in the emergency room, they were like, "You're doing pretty good on adrenaline, aren't you?" And it's like, I'm not hurting. That's yet. So, but and then they started hitting me with the good stuff. Actually, the most painful thing that I went through in the for the first 4 days was when they put the nerve block in my thumb. When they put those big needles in and was working in the joint, that hurt. Everything else, it wasn't really very, excruciating pain. It was, but it's healing. I get to go back to work.
Direwolf.
And I am,
hear you scream.
and I'm
It's true,
typically an extremely safe person. I am terrified of, I know way too many farmers who don't have hands, fingers, arms. So, but look at it this way. It's been 50 years since my last major farm accident. So I think I'm pretty good as long as I can go another 50 years without another major on it. I think I'll be all right.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, cool. Well, we talked the other day, and I thought, we need to cover something that I think was when I thought about it, I was like, Daniel's the perfect person for this. And so I appreciate and we've had you on before, and we've we've talked about some tools, but we're going to really get into some really cool tool essentials for geocaching. And I think this is going to be great. So take us down the road. Where do you want us to start? Where do you want to start the process?
Tools are simple. I mean, it's you want to start basic. Building a cache is really creativity, using your own mind, thinking about the things that you want to do. That's the caches you've seen. I am not creative. I am good at seeing what other people have done, taking that idea and then maybe expanding on it. So, but to start with a cache, you need two essential tools. You need a way to drill a hole, so you can drill a hole.
Yep.
Good old handheld drill.
Old school.
Yeah. Or a saw.
Okay.
You gotta have something to cut. These are the two things you need. Now, this is an old miter saw. I bought this. It was one of the first tools I ever bought after I got married. It's just when we bought our first house, come with this nice little plastic box. So it helps you cut all your angles and do all the fancy things. And you can do that stuff. And you can build you can build a birdhouse. You can build a cache. I'm a big fan of the WV10 model. Start with a birdhouse and just make it crazy. Think of what you can do. Think of what you can take that tool. But you don't need a lot of tools to do this.
Right.
Simply a good drill, a good hand saw, or saw. I keep reaching behind me here. A good a skill saw. I'm not advertising for Milwaukee. That's just what I happen to have, and a good drill. If you have a good drill and a good sand saw like that, there's not much you can't do. It's just coming about, going that. Now, the more detailed you get, the more you learn about tools, the more you get with, then you can start looking into coping soles. And a lot of the time, building a cache that's, has intricate parts is just taking time. Being a craftsman, taking a few minutes to sand things down, make sure they work, a little bit of oil and grease, you can make things go smoother. And I sit around in my workshop and I look around. I've got a scroll saw. I'll swerve, and you'll see all the mess in my shop. This thing's great. It's a scroll saw. It's mounted. That makes a lot of things easy to cut, corners and that. But that's big time when you can do the same thing with the jigsaw. This is so old. It's got the old Black & Decker logo on it.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
But it does the job. It doesn't have to be the biggest and newest tools out there to get some things done.
Excellent.
It's nice to have a table saw because you can do things with table saw to make it easier. A chop saw, miter saw, one of the big ones that you can cut and make your angles or move all this. This block, this big piece of plastic on steroids. You can do all the cuts. You can do your angled cuts and
right.
do the angle cuts, you do your straight cuts, or and it's got everything laid out. And keep it simple. This is also good for working with plastic. You're going to cut PVC pipe and you're not sure how to cut the pipe. That'll do it. You get it set in there, you hold on, keep your thumb back out of the way, and just and do the things that you have to be safe. And it's so easy to buy used tools. You don't have to go to Lowe's and buy the biggest and baddest tools out there. Facebook Marketplace is a great place to launch. Yard sales, at least half my stuff here is come from Marketplace or was given to me or I got used. And now, if you're going to be, if you ever seen WB Tim's shop, he's a true craftsman. He builds furniture on the side. He does the, then okay. Then you can start investing. If you're where you can make money off of it, people don't typically buy your home crafted geocaches. The 3D printed geocaches are starting to take off a little bit now, but 3D printers are getting cheaper now too, so it's a lot easier to do stuff.
Absolutely. Quick note for people is that Daniel is out in his shed. And it's raining.
It is raining, so you're picking up the rain in the background.
So people don't send me emails going, "Oh, your audio's got static in it." No.
You know what, though, for me, living in beautiful Western New York, I'm like, the sound of rain right now is beautiful, especially over like snow. I will take the rain.
Yeah, that's good. That's good Pennsylvania rain working there for us right there.
So, Daniel, with what you've shown so far, and I think Harbor Freight's a good place to go get
absolutely
tools when you're going to get into it or whatever. But with even what you showed so far, even less. Like if somebody wants to go from, they've never really built a cache, they've bought all their caches so far. What would you recommend is like the first project to build? And I know there's YouTubes for everything, right? But you mentioned a birdhouse and PVC pipe. What would you tell people to start? Like if they're new to building stuff, what would you tell them to start with?
I'd be 100% honest. A birdhouse. Birdhouse is one of the easiest. There's so many plans online for that. I mean, you can just Google how to build a birdhouse, and you'll get, you can go buy a 1x6 piece of lumber, and you can build a birdhouse, and they'll tell you everything you need to do on a one board to build a birdhouse. Now, what you do with that birdhouse then becomes the fun. You can buy hinges, you can do magnets, you can gate latches. I mean, okay, all right. This is one of the ones that I repaired, so it's been replaced. The top's kind of broke off, but this is just a simple bird cache. That's all it is. It's rough cut lumber. It didn't hold up very well in the weather because it's rough cut lumber and I didn't treat it. But it's one of the credit card caches where you stick a card in there.
Excellent.
And you got your latch.
Yep.
That's simple. It's not complicated. And you just kind of take your chunks of wood and build it. And this is just a couple screws, a hinge, and a gate latch. So for like $30 worth of material, and a saw, you can do this.
Yes.
It's a little hard to make this latch with a regular saw, so a
little work.
Yes, do. Or you could just drill holes side by side, and then take a chisel or a screwdriver and just clean it out.
Yeah,
even like a
not rocket science.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge is getting that latch perfect where you can stick something in where it doesn't fall in, because somebody will be really ticked if they stick their credit card in there and then they can't get it out.
You only brought
one card. I mean, They would be, but you necessarily wouldn't,
Yeah,
right?
Ching.
My cache like this is like a half hour away from me, so I only check on it a couple times a year. But I put a piece of tin on the top of it for the new one, and it's been perfect. You get a piece of metal or a piece of something or even plastic on top, that'll preserve it. And like I said, this is rough cut lumber, which is super cheap. If you know where to get rough cut lumber, you can do something like that.
Excellent.
So,
good idea.
How many people do you think, and this is not that you would know this number, we're all going to make up our own numbers, but how many people do you think, out of all the cachers that are out there, how many people do you think ever move from just, pill bottles and Tupperware to actually building a physical cache themselves?
Ooh,
I think it's one of those things where when people start experiencing good caches and they live in an area where there's not,
so exposure.
You start building good caches. Yeah, you start working on those things. You start building the differences that you need. Like I've always traveled a lot more than a lot of people in my area. So for them, if I'd see something like a WV Tim cache, or I haven't done the Tricacheus caches yet, or I haven't been up to do Disneyland up in.
That's right.
But I'm actually going to go through. I may be in North Dakota this year. So
good.
I'm looking to
excellent
hit some of them out through there.
Yeah, I want to go there big time.
Well, that's good. And just so you know, Tricacheus says, ouch on your injury. Glad it wasn't Geocache shop related.
Which you can tell you stories too.
Yeah. And I got to say, I love the birdhouse, just starting with that. Simple mechanics and mechanisms can just be so beautiful in caches. So rewarding, and I think just even from that simple rustic aesthetic, where something like that does not like stick out, like is seeming like out of place in environments too. So it really still has that kind of blending and camouflage.
And you can't tell me that people don't want to get that over a pill bottle LPC. There's no comparison in those two, right? Like I don't care how many you've seen, birdhouses you've seen. Like maybe you're in West Virginia, or maybe you're in an area that actually build them. You still want to see that over like some pill bottle or, a little Tupperware in a bush or something. Those are so unimaginative that when you come across something like this, and you don't have to be Gilby. You don't have to be West Virginia Tim. Just start with building one thing, and we're going to go over the tools to build it. But like, what tools do you need to build this one that you're showing right now?
Like right here, this is another simple bird earth cat, just a wooden cache. And put a nice latch on there to look at it, but it's just one of those, got the hinge there, nice, but it's not that way. It's just
very
I like it.
And that's all it is. It's just you're gonna pull, and it's not gonna open. But if you push, there you go. There's a cat.
That's funny.
Easy, easy to do, and that's what it is. And all you're doing, saw. Hand saw. You don't even need a jigsaw for this one. This is just a regular saw.
Yeah.
Some screws. I like the star bit screws because nobody usually carries star bits with them.
Yep.
And it's the hinge. You just stick the hinge on so it looks like it's there. And all that's actually here or in the edge, is just, I forget what I use. I think I use nails. I just nailed it fast. So that gives me my pivot point.
Yeah.
Your block of wood up at the top to keep it from, make it try and keep the bugs and that out of it. But and this is all, this is scrap lumber that I'd laid around.
That's perfect. And it's clever. It's gonna give. I'm sure I got favorite points. Because it's clever. It's
I got absolutely. The problem is I got more caches to hide than I do places to hide them. I literally have probably about 50 caches in this room right now to go out.
Oh my gosh.
You are the right kind of cache hider then. I think everybody who I talk to that is like, I have all these containers I want to hide. That's the right type of cache hider to have that kind of cache hider potential.
Yeah, I'm like, so there's some friends that years when I first started caching in this area, Bloomsburg they had an event in Bloomsburg that was really getting close to being mega status. But the guy who got out of it, was doing it, got busy doing other things, so he kind of left it go to the side. And there's a couple of us that were trying to resurrect it, and I told him, I says, don't buy any caches. don't go get any cache. Don't get a bison tube. I've got literally, I'd probably have 100 bison tubes here. I've got all kinds of stuff, and it's just, that I've accumulated over the years. I had a friend that passed away, and he willed me. His wife gave me his entire geocaching collection. So it included 2 GPSs and all kinds of stuff, so it's kind of the stuff that you use and do and work. But it doesn't take the best tools. It just takes a couple tools. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the jigsaw. It does a lot of things. The scroll saw makes it a little bit nicer to do nicer cuts. Yeah. But then you get a palm sander, and that helps sand some things down. That's yeah. If you want to do serious sanding, there's you can get a belt sander. And I very handy. This is do not try this until you know if you want to keep doing. Yeah. I will zip tie this button on. Oh God. Not plugged in. Not plugged in. And I mount it in my base like this. Yes. And then I put this on a switch. I have a pedal switch that'll run it so I can use my foot, and I can run this as a table sander. So I be careful. And one of the topics that I put in there, lastly, is safety. You can never be too safe. Wear gloves. Leather gloves will save a lot of skin. Mm-hmm. Wearing, knowing where your saw blade is and using the push sticks. If you lose your push stick, make one. It'll take you 20 seconds. Even if you take a little notch, and that way you can push and stay away from a table saw. These things are absolutely. It's my grandkids are not scared of my thumb because their great grandfather has 3 fingers because he's a woodworker. Oh God! He's had more fingers sewed on than most of us. Sewed on and all. And I'm like, why do you keep cutting? Why don't you just stop? Exactly. Well, you want to keep. He's 80 some years old. I just and somebody commented eye protection, definitely. Safety glasses make a big difference.
Now, Daniel, you've mentioned several tools since we've talked about this, and we're joking around a little bit, but people could do the same thing with non-power tools, right? Exactly. You've got power tools, but that's a different level. Once you're comfortable with a handsaw and a screwdriver, you could put together one of those. Oh yeah, one of those boxes, right? One of those birdhouses. Yeah. And there's it's kind of crazy. I brought this out early, but now this one's old and rusted. But I have some good ones. That thing will still work. And it's just it gets pressure when you need it to twist it. Yeah. You hold and you just and there's a bunch of YouTube videos out there on how to use these tools without doing it. I've got what's called a coping saw. I don't see it right now, but it's kind of got a rounded, it looks like a blade, and it's got almost like a square that goes out around it. And it just allows you to get in and do fine cuts just like the scroll saw would. Right. It's not, these tools make life easier because you can do more faster, but you also have to be more careful. Yeah. And you don't have to go out and buy. The big one people I think get in trouble is they go out and buy tools that they don't need. Harbor Freight is I have a rule of thumb. If there's a tool I really, really want, and I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, I'll go to Harbor Freight and buy it first. I went and bought one of these, a regular saw. I have some Harbor Freight saws like this. Yeah. I use the dickens out of saws like this. So this battery-powered one cats me out. It really allows me to do things on the farm. I can carry this and I can cut a board to length where I'm at because,
measuring and keeping, you're trying to fix fences, you're going out through, you're doing things, that makes it really, really, really nice and convenient.
Yeah.
But
and I love that message because I think there's so many people out there that get fixated, on like, hey, I want to become the best musician. That means I got to have like a really expensive guitar or something like that, or people being like, hey, I think I want to do some carpentry, but I think I need to buy high-end carpentry and have a whole shop before I can do anything. And yeah, amateur gadget caches. Yeah, buy the cheap tool first. If you break it from use, buy the good version to replace it. Yeah, I love that because I mean, there's so many things you can do, but you can't let your mind hold yourself back due to, other things.
Yeah, I heard somebody say if you're getting into a hobby, buy the cheapest, whether it's a tool or a piece of equipment or whatever, buy the cheapest one you can find. If you stay in the hobby long enough to wear that out, then buy the most expensive one you can find because you're staying in it. But start off the first year or whatever, whatever you're doing with the cheapest tools you can find. Find that you like what you're doing. Maybe you're getting into building birdhouses or getting more complicated with it or whatever, and that handsaw is just not cutting it anymore. Okay, then go buy you a nice tool after that. If you're going to stick with it, but don't front end buy a bunch of junk that you don't need. And just like Daniel said, you don't need everything. You could do everything with non-power tools. Now the power tools are nicer. Don't get me wrong, I love them. Right? I have a few myself and I love them, but you don't have to start with that. And if your goal is only to build one birdhouse cache just to see if you even want to build anything, do it with the least amount you can do, and then go from there and see like, okay. Now I will tell you, if you build one and put it out, like any of the ones he's been showing, you're gonna like the responses and you're gonna want to build more.
Yep. Just a quick reminder for people that don't know. I think most people do, but many that are new to the show. If we haven't brought your comment up on the show yet, a reminder that we put a little star by them. And we're up to 9 stars. So we got 9.
Okay. We got to keep that in mind.
Hey, I got to step up real quick. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. So my dog needs to go out.
Okay, good deal.
Perfect time. Let's start hitting some comments, and we'll get the ones that he can't answer.
Yeah, just want to remind people like, hey, I had a good comment. I didn't get to say it. Go ahead.
Throw some up there.
Go ahead, John. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's do it. So Julie D, big thanks to Julie D for helping to support, our sponsors on this one because we really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. She said they bought a couple of their products this week using our code from GTN, but she recommended to tell them they need to include some way to attach a pen.
See, that's what they want to hear. That's perfect because they're interested in this market, but they don't know it. They're not geocachers, so they're not even thinking about a pin, right? Because everything's digital nowadays. So we can let them know that, and that's something they can adapt to. They're interested in making geocaching related products, so that's great. And who, other than geocachers, not everybody carries around a pin, right? So that's something good that we can add on there. That's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great feedback. So keep those coming for sure.
That's what we need right there.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. And Struck 2 was saying, Gary, are you still looking into making polo shirts there?
Yes, we will have polo shirts on the website and other products as well, and on that Arted Crafted link. And again, V-necks. We got V-neck shirts coming. We have one put out.
Good, good wife beater shirts. Or I can't say that anymore.
Can you say?
I'm gonna get canceled. Sleeveless tank tops. That's what they're called now. I forgot. Hey, I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. Leave me alone.
Yes, they're coming.
70s?
They're coming.
When were you born, John? Okay, then.
Oh yeah. I was born in the 1900s. I'll admit that.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah. We got a special one on here too. So Don Trebley, Lost and Found 28. She says on March 21st, it was G-Slink's or GSL Inc.'s 20th year anniversary for geocaching. So congratulations, Gary. I mean, that's big. 20th year, my friend.
20 years. That's a long time.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't even notice it till the other day. I was like, oh, look, 2006.
You should definitely have had an event for that.
March 21st, 2006. Yeah, that would have been good. But
next year when your geocaching account can drink next year, you definitely have an event
right
at a brewery or a bar for that one.
We'll add that in. That's good. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate y'all.
I think I hit my 20 years here in May.
Oh, damn. That's great.
So I'd have to look at my account.
Yeah, that's good.
I still got a while to go for 20 years.
Yeah, I got
you all have more cash finds than me. I'm only around 4,000. So.
Oh, we're about.
Good thing it's not a race.
Oh no, that's the greatest thing about geocaching is you can play it at your pace that you want to do. You can build caches that you like. I've always biggest one. Build what you like. If you like ammo, if you like to find ammo cans, go find ammo cans and go put them out because that'll increase more in your area. So you just have fun. The biggest thing is just have fun with the game, and sometimes life gets in the way, and you enjoy life, and then you come back to it. I have an entire year and a half where I had 0 caches. And then that was when Geo Woodstock was in Maryland. I kind of brought me back and introduced to the gadget caches, which really has been my passion since that Geo Woodstock. I couldn't tell you what one that was. Because I did Warren, and then I did the one in Maryland. So,
yeah.
Well, and that's what's cool too is like obviously not everybody's going to go and build stuff, right? Not everybody feels comfortable with tools and everything else. Maybe we can get a few more people to do it, and we don't need everybody to build fancy caches, or it would be spoiled, right? But I think it's good that again, I know we've talked about it before, but I think it's good that we can introduce people like you're showing them. You can totally build your first cache, whether it's a birdhouse or one of the PVC pipe caches, which just get on YouTube. There's tons of plans out there, but you can do it. Even if you don't have a lot of skills, you can do this.
Excellent. Yeah. One thing I would, we've got a lot of tools to go through tonight. The interesting thing is that it's pretty wild. There's a lot, and like Jesse said, you don't necessarily have to do things the same way. And I know you've got some things too, Daniel, you put in your notes about, because there's ways you can do things through, and I think this is a good time to bring these up, because I think people forget about glue, screws, and clamps, and
I actually had to go look at material matters, and
resin. I mean, you can kind of cobble together some cool stuff without.
You can glue a lot of things.
Or UV resin. There's
PVC. PVC is my I love caches with PVC, and PVC doesn't necessarily require creativity as much as it requires just taking some time and doing it. And this is a nice little tool. This is a PVC cutter. This will cut up to a 2.5-inch piece of PVC without having to saw it. And it's super, super simple to use. And you just don't put your thumb in there and you're all right. And it'll cut through most of the PVCs you want to use. And that's just some, some glue, and you can glue things together.
The PVC cutters are great. Like in a week for me. It's better too, I think. Well, I mean, you can cut, but when you can cut like saw PVC and all that, but man, you get stuff everywhere. But if you use the clamp thing, which I love,
it saves a lot of mess.
Perfect.
Like this is a PVC cache, and the only thing about this cache is that I put a little dowel hole there, and then it's open there, and you just turn the lock. If I can do this without, and then it'll hold a bison tube. There you go. And these things are easy to hide. You can, put a piece of an elbow and go down, and there you go. You got it on a wall. You can move it where you can pick it up. 2 pieces of metal pipe, or even 2 sticks in the ground with like a U shape with this at the top. You still have to open this up and turn it, and it'll come out the bottom. And then you got an easy hidden cache that could be right next to any building that you're around, because everybody's just going to think it's a shut-off valve.
Right.
Hidden in plain sight. Nice urban cache that doesn't, and you're looking at $20 worth of material. The most expensive part is this. This might be $70.
PVC is cheap.
But
so
2 elbows.
What tools would you need for just that?
That
you're going to build that cache like with the elbow and everything else. What tools would you need for that?
Saw in a miter box. All you need. because this is the easiest way to cut. You can cut plastic with this miter cut will, and that way you get good straight cuts. You stick it in there, and you put your pipe there, and you can hold on to it and keep it. I'm still sensitive with my thumb, so it's kind of hard for me to hold things the way I want to. So, you just stick that in there, and there you go. You just cut through your edges, and you get a nice even cut. This is a $20 tool, and this would make it a lot easier to do it, but you can only do cut PVC with this. So if you're going to do a lot of them, this is a really good tool and worth the investment. But you can buy a 10-foot piece of 2.5 inch or 2-inch PVC, and this is I just cut a circle with a hole saw. Now I had the hole saw to do it, but you could cut a piece of plastic and stick it in there and glue it, and and it's just a little just medium duty cement, because if it leaks, who cares, because you're not putting pressure or water in it. I use that a lot when I'm fixing plumbing in that farm, so
there you go.
It's nice and easy to work with.
Perfect.
But then there's the cool stuff. I haven't mounted this, but this is a pipe vise. It actually cuts open. You mount that. You put your piece of steel in there. It's got a turn, so you can adjust it to whatever size the pipe is, and it'll hold it perfectly while you're trying to cut it or bend it or do whatever. So if you really want to get into the steel part of pipe, you can use one of them and cut the steel, and then you're getting into grinders and welders and all kinds of cool stuff. I haven't gotten that far yet, but
there you
that's
go.
a different level there. That's on
like,
there.
I love metal because it's cool, but I can't weld yet. My son's a welder, and here we go. Let's go Harbor Freight tool. We have a little, I think it's like $150 welder. It's a wire fed welder that we use that more than you would believe on the farm because it just tack welds enough to hold things in place to get you through to the next thing. And it's a 110 voltage, so not everybody has the plugs and outlets for a 220 or I have an old Lincoln arc welder that I like, stick welder that I can play with, but
very cool.
Still haven't. Welding is just something I haven't gotten a knack for, but my son can, so it's always like
there you go.
But and duct tape. Always duct tape's a friend. You change a lot of things with some duct tape, and now this one's a little bit of a challenge for PVC pipe, but it's not hard.
Like Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone cache. There's 2 different sizes PVC. The challenge for this one was I did use I'm drawing a blank with the tools. I'm looking right at it. Router.
Yep.
I used the router to do it and to cut, and I made a jig that I could feed it through.
Oh, okay. I think I see where you're going with this.
So I had 2, but I stole the one. But I just took a piece of wood, drilled a hole so I can mount, and I can set this right on top of my router bench. I cobbled together 2 benches to make a router stand, so I can set this on, and then I can just push this through. And I had to put a little mark there, and that's I drew my pattern on here, and just kind of worked it through.
Slowly worked it through.
Just with plastic and high speed like routers, you got to be a little slower. Be patient. Don't let it pull out of your hand, but don't let your hands get too close. That's where gloves come in handy. That's where this really makes a difference. Build something to give yourself that extra space. If you always keep your hands 6 inches away from a blade, you'll never cut yourself.
That's true.
You don't ever get yourself in a situation where if it pulls it, you want to have that instant reaction. Like if it pulls it out of your hand, let it go. You don't need to catch it. You can go get another piece of PVC and start all later.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. So some things.
I keep a hot glue gun in my shop.
Oh yeah, hot glue. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, those always come in handy.
Use my wife got one. She thought it was cordless and it wasn't, and she's like, "Okay, you can have it." I'm like, "Good, I needed one."
Thank you. There's I had some people send me some info, or I just want to throw them out there because there's a lot of tools that I think people forget that are tools.
Oh, yeah.
So like a Dremel too. Do you ever use a Dremel?
Dremel.
I use that thing all the time.
Yep. Dremels.
That's nice for details. To smooth something when you're trying to get it. My problem is I'm usually a little too impatient for a Dremel.
It's used for detail work, I think. You can use it, and you can also use it to inscribe things. You can do a decent bit with it, and even sand, little micro parts of it.
And I think that's a piece that you bring up about the Dremel is like sometimes you can decorate your cache. You take a Dremel and etch a flower into the side of it.
Put a coat on
it. Put a coat. Put some red herring things on it.
Yep.
There's so many different ways to make a cache creative without really putting a whole lot into it.
Sure.
Creativity. If you're creative, if you have a mind that you look at things and you go, like, I look at caches like if I go find a cache and I go, can I make that cache and can I make it better? Or what can I do? Take that cache and put my own twist on it. Baker who was on the show quite a bit a while ago back during COVID. We did a couple shows together about talking about PVC, and he showed me he did a cache that was you twist things and it'll eventually loosen up. It'll trigger the gate.
Oh yeah.
I copied that. I took it and I did mine with what I had available to me. I have these birdhouse frames.
Yep. Yep. That's a real clever one because especially when you put it aside.
Bunch of these. I have 3 of these. I had like 6 or 7 of these. And they're just, where I got them, I don't know. They were just given to me from my in-laws. My in-laws go to auctions, and so they gave this to me. I'm like, what can I do with it? So I put a platform in here.
Right.
In the middle here. I actually put 2 platforms, and then I put a roof that opens up and goes, and then I put a bunch of bolts through here, and then on one of the bolts I put 2 nuts and a piece of paracord, and went down through and put a gate latch in. So when you twist the right bolt, it'll trigger the gatch and open the door at the bottom.
Nice.
Very cool. There you go.
So finding things, taking something, using what you have. Okay, what can I do with this? What can I do creatively with this? I did the same with the marble cache here where everything's just closed up, and I just put 2 holes in the end and put horseshoes to push the marbles through.
Right.
The difference from WV Cat T is that he used a nano in his. I actually put a bison tube where I cut the end off, and I stuck the key for the padlock on the bottom, and it pushes just through just as easy.
Roll it.
I love that.
And if you love it. A strong way to get favorite points. This is, I think, what people don't understand. You want people to come. You put a lot of effort into a caches. You hide 3 or 4 really good ones. All you got to do, host an event close by. Bring some cupcakes. Bring something nice. Bring whatever. I hosted several events here. I used to when this building was first built. I hosted an event in here. Set up some caches that I've done. And then I had 3 caches one at each end of my driveway. Remember, I live on a farm. I have 2 quarter-mile long driveways, so I can hide caches along my property line. So, amazingly blessed, just so I understand that. And I hosted an event. I got like 10 or 15 favorite points on each of them that day. There's like 20 people that showed up. A year later, I hosted another event. They were still there. They were always, my intention were there. I was going to cycle them out with like different caches just to see, but man, once they started building favorite points, I'm like, I don't want to take them out.
No,
they each are now pushing 50, 60, maybe close to 100 favorite points each.
Right.
So
it's just one part of the game that people don't understand. People that have not done what you're talking about. People that have only like bought caches and put, Tupperware out and things like that. Even if it's creative cache page and everything else, a beautiful location. Until you start making things and start racking up those favorite points, that may be part of the game that you haven't really done before. But I would say that's equally as fun as finding caches, is getting those favorite points on your cache and getting those logs where people are like, this is awesome, I haven't seen this before. And even if it's something you copied from another area, you brought it to your area and they get to do it, and that becomes a very addictive part of the game as well. Like those logs, you're like, I took my kids out, this is exactly what we wanted to find, this is awesome. And man, you get so much joy from that. And you don't have to be, again, you don't have to be Daniel, you don't have to be W10, you don't have to be, bounce. Make one thing and see if you like it. And if you do, you may want to make more, but don't worry about all that. Make one thing. See if you can make one thing and see if you like putting the effort into it, if it's worth it at the end to get those favorite points. Maybe it's not for everybody, but for many people it is. Yeah, favorite points are addictive for sure.
And especially when you give them out.
Jesse can't talk.
What could be hypothetical to some people.
That cache would get a favorite point. Anything you showed today would get a favorite point. I'm not giving a favorite point for a pill bottle under a bush. It's just not happening. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of those out there. So, a nano on the back of a stop sign, that's not creative. I'm still going to find it, but it ain't getting it. Now, if you'd have hung that birdhouse or the marbles or anything else like that or the PVC pipes, I know that people put in effort like that. That's, I mean, even if when I walk up before I even open it, that's getting a favorite point. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it.
That's excellent. Yeah, absolutely. There's some tools that people send me I want to mention real quick.
That just makes you smile. When you walk up and see a cache like that, you just smile. You're like, this is awesome. You're just happy.
This is my event cache. I take this to all my events. I rarely have a log, and I keep wanting to hide it, but I'm always afraid somebody's going to think it's a bomb.
No, you're good.
That's only happened every once in a while. Right.
So here's some tools people have mentioned. The long poles, like the Fisker pole, so you can place caches with that. So it's kind of a cool tool to have in your arsenal. There's all kinds of good to have a good ladder. You need to have a good ladder if you're going to be putting caches out. I mean, that's important. And there's let's see, poles, the stuff that you can use for tree trimming. Those really long 16-foot tree trimmer type things, also really a good tool for placing caches. So those are the good things that
another good one, Gary, that's just like that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever else. It's very similar to that. Yeah. But it's one for changing light bulbs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, good idea.
For vaulted ceilings and stuff, you can get one that's an extended and it grabs.
Yes.
And it's gentle because it's grabbing onto a light bulb. And you can grab caches and stuff a lot of times, or you can put a hook on it, but it won't jack everything up. And you can extend them, 20 plus feet because they're made for inside like vaulted ceilings.
Exactly.
Like you would change. Yeah, those are pretty nice, and they're not expensive, and they fold up pretty decently.
Yep. And that's another one I was going to mention. Yep. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, they're great. I do night caches, and I always like to put them up a little bit high, but I don't like carrying heavy things. So I took a 2x4. And I had to screw this, and I could lean this up against the tree so I could get 2 feet higher so I could reach and push the back in high enough so I could,
That's great.
Just you didn't want them at eye level. You want them just a little bit above eye level.
In my mind, I thought you were about to tell me that you made stilts to do it. You'd have been so much cooler. But this is good, too. I thought you were going to say, though, this is not that good.
Oh, man.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah. Or just cut the tree down, then you don't have to climb it. That works. No. I'm just saying.
I don't know if you can see it in the corner right there. The gray T-shirt says if a tree falls in the woods, does it turn a 5.5 into a 1.1?
A 1.1. Absolutely. Like there's okay. So let's trying to get toward the end. So let's see what are some other other things that we want to bring up tonight, because these have been excellent.
So I'm gonna put Daniel on the spot.
Okay.
And not counting glue, because that doesn't count, and not counting duct tape, because that doesn't count. If somebody was going to start with the top 3 to 5 tools, and they're starting from scratch, And what would you tell? And kind of everything we talked about, right? They're kind of new. They're not a woodworker or anything like that. What would you tell them to start with?
Definitely one of these.
Yes,
it's a miter box. I bought this at Walmart for like less than $10. Now this was 20 years ago. It might be 15 now. It's not much. It's plastic with a saw blade. You can cut flat. You can cut straight. You can actually cut regular. You can draw a line on the board and follow it with this. And you're not going to be quick. It's going to take you a few minutes to get through the wood. But if you have a good, fairly new one that's sharp, it won't take you very long, especially if you're working with like 1x6s.
Right.
And then I will say I think every homeowner should have one. And that's a cordless drill.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not expensive. And like, go get the Walmart brand. Go get the cheap one. You don't have to have a Milwaukee or a DeWalt. Just go get whatever you can afford. Go to Harbor Freight and get a Bauer or whatever ones they're carrying at the time, because they changed names. And you might spend $30 or $40. Even a Black and Decker one. They're not. You don't need to, and that really makes it easy to put a screw exactly where you want it. If you're going to put something together, that just makes it easier. It's easier than nailing it. Nailing's good. I mean, hammer and nail. Honestly, you have the saw and a hammer and nail, you can build a birdhouse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't even really need the driver, but it doesn't take much. And like I said, this saw, this miter saw, you can do so many little things with it that'll have do what you need to do, and just to cut a straight line, put a box together, follow the plans. Like I said, they'll show you how to mark it right out so you can build a nice simple birdhouse. Google's our friend. AI not so much. I'm very anti-AI, just so you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
So that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But and put it in a good location. Locations. But they're not. It's not hard. Like I said, a couple screws. You buy a box of screws, a box of nails at for a couple dollars. A birdhouse, tools included, might cost you $20.
Yeah.
Just to build a simple birdhouse. Yeah. And then you throw in a hinge. Go to any flea market. You can buy hinges by the dozens. For old. You replace the kitchen. You replace the hinge. You go get a kitchen hinge. I've got some weird hinges that have come from different places that are just that help you do different kind of hidden hinges and pocket hinges, and there's some the more you do, and then find, hey, I really like to build that birdhouse. Now I want to do something different. Then you can step up to the next tool. You find it. But have more than unless you're a prolific hider where you're going to hide 100 caches that are all going to be great made out of this. And always build two. If you're going to build one, build two. That way, when you need maintenance, you take the good one out, you put it in, you take the other one home, you can tear it apart, fix it, put it back together conveniently. A lot easier to work with.
That's a great point.
So, and like I said,
you said saw and miter box. You kind of mentioned hammer, which you didn't really mention.
Yeah, we haven't talked about hammer. There's basic tools, but hammer and nail. So miter box, saw,
tape measure.
Nail. Tape measure is helpful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You can always use the old thing. Well, I can't do it. If it depends what channel, it won't be the right way.
You're measuring
sewing one out that you having this. Yes. What do you think about people like going and getting that? We're talking about people that are starting brand new, right? That's kind of what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
What about somebody going to Harbor Freight, or now obviously yard sales and Facebook are great.
Yeah.
But like going and getting, a lot of times they have these little multi-tool kits that are really just starter kits.
Yeah.
But it'll have like a hammer, tape measure,
Yep. Oh yeah.
A few things like screwdrivers, a couple things like that.
Yeah.
For getting birdhouse, you can make a birdhouse out of that with that and a saw, and you got it.
Right.
Like,
yep.
You can make your first 5 little gadgets, out of that without really anything else. Maybe some wood glue to go with it too, but other than that, you would probably be pretty good.
In the wood glues, that's just depending on what you're building your like I build my caches to maintain. So I like like I said, I like the star-headed screws, ceramic coated, but I buy them by the pound, and I buy like every size I can, from the smallest size up to the longest. I've got 6-inch long screws that I can use. But remember, I'm a farmer. I need a variety of tools and put things. And somebody said about how do you put a bird wire from on a 4x4 post, hanging a birdhouse. A lot of different ways. I like to use zip ties. I get the really thick ones that are long,
real thick.
And you can zip tie it around both. That's why
they won't degrade as quick.
This cache has see how long the top and the bottom are. That way I can zip tie it both top and bottom. That's the reason I build it that way.
Right.
So I took that into consideration, so that way you can zip both ways around. Take like I said, if you have a drill and a saw, you can drill a hole through, or tack a nail, put a nail most of the way through, and you can hang a chain on it, or you can take a washer and a screw and hang a chain. That way you can hang it from a branch, so it's there. You want to always be, they say don't put screws in trees, but it depends what country you're in. And sometimes, is there any reviewers in here?
Come on, I know we're not going to get into that, but that nail is not going to hurt that tree. I don't care who says it.
No.
I've seen trees growing around a bicycle. That little bitty nail that's like an 1/18 of an inch wide is not killing that tree. I'm sorry, but I know the rules are the rules. You got to do what you got to do.
The lumber guys will disagree. The guys who come in and cut those trees down and turn them into lumber, they disagree a little bit.
Oh yeah, my heart breaks for those guys. I'm sorry. They'll probably get over it.
Yeah. All right, we got several start items. So, John, you want to
let's hit them.
Take us through the start items.
Got quite a few on here. I'm going to do them. Let's start at the top. So, Flowers asked a question, and I think it was when we were talking about Worldwide Cache Cruise coming up, which is going to be an epic event in June and July this year. But her question is, what draws you to caches when traveling in foreign countries? And I don't know, guys. This almost sounds like a show in itself on here.
Favorite points.
Yeah.
The short answer for me would be really old, which is why we're going, or whatever's next to the coolest museum I can find. That's my only qualification. But that's a whole other show in and of itself, really, to answer that question.
Oh,
good question. All right.
Yeah, and then Monkey Brains 41 asks, have you guys had issues with 4x4 keypads and moisture? And I don't know, Datruck, have you used 4x4 keypads with your caches?
I can't say that I have. I'm not exactly sure what a 4x4 keypad is. If it's something like the electronic, I haven't gotten a lot into the electronic caches. I have all the stuff to do. I've got probably 100 LED lights to do the lighted caches that Bounce started out with when the Gadget Talk first started. I have all the stuff to do all those caches. I've just never gotten to them.
Right.
Yeah, that would be a Gadget Talk question for sure.
Yeah.
And let's see, Quincy Cryptid asks, or he says, he remembers a video of Datruck building a spring-loaded cannon cache.
Yes.
He says he always wanted to build one, but still hasn't gotten around to it. So do you want to tell us quickly about this cannon cache?
He's had a couple spring-loaded ones.
Shoot out the top thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just pull it.
I love those. I love those.
Cool.
Go back in GS Baker Clan, watch some videos. I showed him how I built it on there. We did that during COVID. I showed him how to build that. One of my higher favorite caches. I have two of them within about 50 miles of each other, and both of them get all kinds of favorites.
I think one of the show that we had you on for that also we talked about, and we discussed how to do that.
Yeah.
That's
an instant favorite point getter right there.
Oh,
There's no doubt about it. Those are so much fun. Like you're gonna find it, and you're gonna do it like 3 more times. I guarantee.
Oh yeah.
Oh
He's
yeah.
got to do video with it too.
Great fun.
Yeah.
You gotta catch it. It doesn't count if you don't catch it.
Oh yeah, you got to do it a couple different times.
Yeah, Craigster King 987 brought a comment forward that I think a lot of people kind of had the same feeling on. And he said he has so many gadgets to put out, but finding places to place them is tough.
Well, there's a couple great state game lands in Pennsylvania, and you don't need permission to hide caches in state game lands, only in state forests. So I know there's like 2 of them really close to me that could really use a lot of attention. I'll come out and help you hide.
There you go. I love it.
Very cool. Yeah, and good to know.
Really
I'm going to have to cross the border into Pennsylvania into one of these game lands to hide.
Yeah,
some.
you're right. You're right
That's
up
right.
there.
Yeah.
Know your state laws for hiding caches. That's important.
Yes. For sure. I mean, if you're going to go to the trouble to make one of these caches, make sure that you can legally put it there, right? Like, so it didn't get torn down.
Conversations with land. This is another show. We could talk about how to get permission. Like I said, I drive my wife nuts because I'm a talker. I talk to everybody. I always believe I can have a conversation with somebody and learn something. So I'm always wanting to expand on what I know, and I mold all that knowledge into building caches and doing different things.
Oh yeah.
We have a preserve. This guy privately owned. The guy has bought the property, turned it into a natural preserve. I was hiking there and happened to meet him and asked him, "Hey, what do you think about me putting a geocache here?" He says, "Absolutely would love it. Anything to get people to come see how beautiful this place is."
Oh, excellent.
Has like 10 or 12 caches hidden up there. They're all gadget caches. That's perfect. Great. Glacier Pools Preserve near Hughesville, Pennsylvania, just east of Williamsport. But you can talk to landowners. I'm fortunately a landowner, so I can hide some caches. But even me, there's I have to tell myself, no, you can't put a cache there because somebody might get hurt.
Yeah,
you're right.
But another cache I have is called Posted. It has a big posted sign on it. I took a fence post, I cut it in half, drilled a hole, put a bison tube in there and 2 metal pipes, and drilled 2 holes and just sit it right on top of it. So you split the pole. Awesome. Posted sign covers the saw from the road and the saw cut, and that's simple. That's got quite a few favorite points also.
Right.
I love that.
And also I did post my ground too with that.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Hugh McLeod asks, explain GTN for us who don't know what it is. I know we use the acronym right a bit. What is GTN, Gary?
GTN stands for Geocache Talk Network. And since we've been 4 shows now for quite a while, 4 shows. So it kind of is a network. I mean, I think, don't you?
Absolutely.
I would say so.
Yeah, it's just an easier way to instead of having to mention all shows at one time, because we've done several shows over the years. Some have come and go over the years and stuff.
Yep.
So there's been this flagship show, but there's been the other shows, and we've had additional shows that have come and gone too.
That's true.
And I've heard rumor of a show called Pickle Talk, talking about geocachers getting in a pickle and trying to figure out, what they need to do. So,
wow.
So, yeah.
I'm not sure about the I don't know what that's still a work. It's in workshop.
In development.
It's in development.
Okay. Speaking of in development, guys, we have a suggestion from Direwolf 8213 sweater vest.
Sweater vest.
I've rocked one of those in the past. Don't lie.
All right.
I've done that before.
Just for you, Direwolf. We'll get one in the store for you, buddy.
Okay. And we got a celebration here too for Seaback Tribe, who awesome. Lori, she celebrated her 20th year in January of 2025 on this one.
Good for her.
Congrats. That's awesome.
That is awesome, Lori.
Way to go, Lori.
Yeah. And check out this idea from Nancy Johnson 2185. She said, great idea in regards to the birdhouse caches.
Oh yeah.
She said they actually make birdhouse kits for 4-H projects. And she says they can use those. So yeah, how cool is that? That's a great thought.
Awesome. Yeah.
Even better, if you go to Home Depot on Saturdays, they have the kids' workshops that they build them. Those kids are small. You can push them down and take those birdhouses so easy.
Just
and then just convert them to a geocache, and you're good.
There you go.
Okay. Hashtag Memphis tips right there, guys.
You can get like 6, 7, 8 of those things at one time.
Just big grab. Just do a big grab.
Yeah.
That's
hashtag unethical geocaching right there. Okay. Just Talking Around Gadget Caches says, if you want to find some welded metal gadget caches, come visit him in Connecticut. And if you guys don't know Just Talking Around, you got to look up his caches. He is a phenomenal cache maker.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Yeah, let's do it. And Direwolf 8213 says, next time someone puts an old entertainment center out on their front lawn, he's thinking he's going to grab it and use the shelves to make some birdhouses.
If it's real wood, I would go check it. If it's the
particle board,
the fiber wood, that won't last. But if it's real wood, hey, that's a cheap way to get.
What do you think about pallets, like wood pallets that are free that you can get anywhere?
Oh yeah, you can build a cache out of them. You might want to double, depending how thick the boards are. You want to, like I said, you can take it and just get creative with it.
And you can get them for free. The most businesses will let you take
them.
Oh yeah.
I have quite a few stacks of pallets here that I use for stacking hay on in the summer. So
yeah. And a tool that I think we talked about, guys, in Lost and Found 28 brought up is stilts.
Yes.
Stilts, and they want them now on that one. So yeah, great tool.
That's a new geocaching tool. We need to use them.
Yeah.
If we get enough people using them, maybe we can get an attribute.
Perfect. Stilts required. I like that.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things. Maybe in our GTN store, maybe we should get some of those stilts. And I know Jim Reichwald, Thunderstruck, he kind of thought GTN stood for Gary telling neat bean spilling news on this one.
That is the original one. That's the original.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't do that anymore. I don't spill any beans anymore. That's over with.
Oh, Gary.
What a lie.
Well, at least tonight there's no bean spilling, I don't think.
Not tonight.
All right. Keep going.
Oh man. Yeah, we made it through our comments, guys.
We made it through. That's good.
All right, great.
All right, so I'm going to put out the challenge then. If you go geocaching by stilts, please take pictures or videos and send them in. We will highlight them on the show.
Especially in a swamp. I want to know if people do a swamp.
Now, a swamp is good, but in town would be even funnier, like an urban caching. People are like, what is
That's true.
That could be a fun event, like a geo still event,
Oh, excellent.
Well, that's an easy way to get
you can do it in town. Like you know how they put like the micros like way up on light poles sometimes?
Yeah. Still,
the whole event could be walking around and grabbing those from a mall. You could put like 10 on a mall. That could be kind of fun.
Perfect.
I feel like if this was a card game, though, it would be like Logan the geocaching ninja beats stilts and everything else.
He probably would.
Yeah,
Logan would beat it.
Yeah, all right, that is true. But that's not fair. He's a ninja, so it's okay.
He is a ninja. All right, we'll go around. I'll start real quick and let you guys jump in. We'll let Daniel go last. So, again, Daniel, thank you so much, my friend.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. We've I still laugh and grin at the time, and this goes back to things Jesse talks about a lot, which is go to events and get with people, and you'll remember great times together. And I'll never forget the pizza that you and I and Smile Makers and John, who else we had? Was that it? Just
we had like All-Star Shortstop Geocaching, K-Blast.
That's true.
K-Blast Son. Who else was there? We had a whole
bunch.
We packed that little restaurant out.
Those folks were so nice.
Tables, but we packed it.
We did. And they finally had to, and they gave us free pizza, and then they ran us out. So I think that's a full night right there. But anyway,
100%.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And great ideas. I love there's some things that really came up, and I love the one that really sticks in my mind right now is if you can build 2 of them, that's a great idea, because you can always put one away. And if one either breaks, like you said, and you can do a quick swap, or the other thing is, and I've seen this in my own, it's like that cache is done. The container is dead. And like, guess what? and it's getting our favorite points, but it's broken. It's, it's weathered. You're like, guess what? I can put the exact same cache out again in the same spot, the same container, with brand news for the next group of people. So that's my takeaway for tonight. I love it. So y'all go ahead next.
Y'all, Jesse, go.
Yeah. So, I think the biggest message in all this is you can, like you said, you can start small with small tools. And I see this as, and I don't know everybody is comfortable with this, but I see this as like kind of you're stepping your geocaching up, right? Like you've hidden some caches, hopefully. Now you're like, I want to try to build something. And I would challenge everybody to just build one thing. If you don't ever build anything more, that's fine. Build one thing that you can be proud of. That's your cache that you built. And I guarantee you, no matter how nervous you are about building things, and you're like, this is not going to be perfect, it's not going to look like everybody else's, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to say this corner or this joint was not put together perfectly. They're just going to go, this was cool. Thank you for building this. And, and they're going to leave a nice log, probably a favorite point. And you'll get, if you've never built anything or really put out a good cache that you put a lot of effort into, it's a whole new world for you. And I would tell you, just do it once. Just do it once. And then if it's too much for you and you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it again. But you put that one out. But I'm telling you, you will probably go, I like this. This is something new. I want to get some more of this. I want to get some more of this interaction. And you may not build a shop like Daniel's got, right? Not everybody has to do that. That's a few people that have that. But, let's say you build one, you go, you know what? I want to have a second birdhouse out. You don't even have to go further, right? Or PVC pipe or whatever else, or sword and stone. PVC, yeah. Start with one. Maybe you only have one that you built, but you're proud of that one that you built. It's going to get favorite points. People are going to talk about it in town. And let's say you have people coming in or you're being a geo evangelist. That's the cache you take people to. Here, let me show you one of mine. You don't want to show them the LPC. You want to show them like something that you put some effort into. And even if you only have one, you added one more cool cache to your area. And the benefit you get from that is just huge. So that's my challenge to people. Just try one. If nothing else, just try one. You've changed the landscape in your area, so just do it. Go for it.
Yeah,
that's excellent.
Yeah, and I agree. And Trey Cash just putting a great comment on here. Everything and everyone was a beginner at one time. And I just think for us getting into geocaching, I mean, you go through this world and find these hidden things that are out there that just like blow your mind, right? And as you get into that, you kind of like most people, they start with traditionals and get into different cache types. But I think, like hiding caches is such an important part of the game, for one, because our game would not exist if it wasn't for hiding caches. Number two, especially if it wasn't like people hiding good quality caches. Because I mean, those are the caches that really inspire people, that get people to travel a distance. I mean, just even think about like how many people travel a distance when they see those favorite points racked up on a cache out there as well too. But I think for people, and I love Datrucks' message here, just saying like, get started, like use the tools you have. You don't have to have like the best tools. You can get whatever tools, but I mean, get started and try something. And I think that is such an important message out there, because I mean, just try something, and I think that's big. And I love what Amateur Gadget Cache says, some real maker magic ideas tonight. And I love that, because on Tuesday, March 24th at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have fun ideas for a Gadget Maker Magic event on Gadget Talk. So join Chad and I then, and we're going to continue on this fun theme on that one.
Oh, slide right into that like a pro.
I got to do what I can, Gary,
like a professional. All right, like Daniel, take it
a couple times.
That's right. Take us out, my friend.
One, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. I appreciate what you guys do for geocaching, the opportunities that you just open people's minds to. The podcast, all the podcasters out there and the ones who do the shows, and you learn from them and you get an opportunity. And if you don't get a chance to travel, watch a video, Google how to build a cache, or YouTube's crazy. Some of the people, especially start looking old caches that like, hey, that haven't seen that one around in a while, and just go build one, try it, see how hard it is, and if it mess it up the first time, tear it apart, try it again. A lot of the caches that I build come from trial and error, things that work, and always be safe. Watch where your hands are. Watch what you're doing. Wear safety goggles, or glasses, and just even those cheap plastic glasses make a huge difference. And like I said, safety first. You don't want to be a half a thumb, but it's really, like I said, I'm blessed. I have wonderful friends and my wife is so sick and tired of the 1.5 thumb joke that it's. I mean, I started at like day of, like
1.5 thumbs up.
I told the people at the hospital, so I'm only gonna be able to give you 1.5 thumbs up for this surgery, just so you know.
She's rolling her eyes, huh?
And she's, and geocaching is a great way to meet people. Some of my best friends in the world are people I know through geocaching. So,
right,
get out and cache.
Awesome, right. Excellent. Well, we're set. We're all good, and it was a great show. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. Take care.
May your finds be many, and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.